Hey everybody, so today what we're going to be working on is learning how to create a GIF in Photoshop. They're often called a GIF or a GIF. I like to call them GIF. So here's how this is going to work. I've already kind of gotten us started, so we're using several different layers in the background. Alright, and so I'm going to add a couple more, and so we're just creating abstract backgrounds. So we've got our logo, and so when we start this we go File, Place, and then I've got several wallpapers that I'm adding down here that we're going to be using. So I've got just a few of these. So click here, click OK. In fact, click on this. Make them bigger than your logo so it fills the space. File, Place. And so I've got a couple more to add just so you understand the whole process of how this goes. Hit Return. File, Place. And then the last one. So I've already done a couple of these just so it's not a complete waste of time. Now, when we do this, I'm going to put my logo down at the bottom, and then I'm going to create another layer right here. And for this layer, I want to make it a certain color. And so maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll, let's see here. We've got that. I'm going to actually go in and add a gradient overlay onto this. And so we've got something like this, but I want to go something a little more subtle. So we're going to go a dark red, and then right here I'm going to add another color, but that's going to be more of a red. And then here I'm going to make, oops, let's see here, when I don't want a color I just pull it down. I'm going to grab this one, delete that, and then move this over there. And so I have this little gradient like so. Alright, click OK. So now I've got a gradient in the background. In fact, I'm probably just going to even rasterize that layer style, and so then you see that. Alright, so now what we do with these, select all of those, and then rasterize those layers. Okay, and then I'm going to create a clipping mask so all of those are inside of my logo. Okay, now as we do this, I've just got that logo to start with. Now I want to create a little stroke around this just to make it look a little bit better. So I'm going to add a stroke, and then I want to make it white. So I've got that, and I might even add a little drop shadow just so it's a little more, this looks a little bit better. Now I've got a little spot right there, so that means there's a little tiny pixel that I don't want. So I'm going to delete that little pixel, and it should be here someplace. It should be. But where is it? Oh, here we go. Might help if this is at 100%. Alright, so then, okay, so that's taken care of. Now I've got a little shape right there. This is a complete waste of time, but it's bugging me, so I've got to get this figured out. And again, see the eraser. Actually, you know what? Forget it. I'm not even going to waste my time with that. Okay, so here's what we've got. We've got all these layers. Now, how do we create a GIF? So now we're going to go into Window, and then Timeline. And so it's going to show up right here. Frame animation. There's frame animation and video timeline. We want frame animation. So click on that. Okay. So here's my starting point. So I'm going to start with that. Click OK. And I'm going to add this piece in. Click OK. And then add this one in. And you see how these are going? Click OK. Go to this one. Click OK. And so I go through each of these steps, and then I click OK. Now, for all of these, I want something abstract. Okay, so with each of these I'm adding, you're starting to see a little image pop up. And then here's my last one, and then click OK. Now, the way this works, so I'm going to change this one, and we're going to go we're going to go 2/10 of a second. Now I'm going to click on this last one here. So I'm holding the shift key and now I'm selecting all of them. And now I'm going to change all of them to 0.2 seconds. Okay, and so here's what happens when I'm done. I press play and now I've got a GIF. And so my shape is just going to be blinking. And then I press stop. Now you can do forever, you can do 3 times, you can do once. I always like forever because then it's just repeat. Now this is a little overpowering and I'm really not liking it. So I'm going to do a new gradient overlay and I'm going to go something more on the lines of something a little bit more dull. So I'm going to go with more of kind of a tannish color here. A grayish tan, so my colors are going to pop out more. And again, I want to pull this into the middle, pull this over a little bit there, grab this, pull that to there, but then I don't want this completely white, so I'm going to go more of a gray. All right, and so then it ends up being a little more subtle, and in fact, I might just take this, move this to the middle, get rid of that. Now obviously it's all one color, so I'm going to go a little bit lighter. And then click OK. So again, what that's going to do is just going to make it a little more subtle. Now the colors are going to pop a lot more. So here's what happened. So I go to this one here, right? And so now that I've changed that one, then the problem is I have to delete all of those. And I didn't do that right. So I've got to grab these 3 and then click there. Yes, delete. Then I have to do this. And then unfortunately I have to delete those. So there's a process that's involved in all of these. So we go to here and then we just start it again. And then we go to this one, click new, go there, click new, go here. And so you get how this whole thing works. So if you make any changes, then you've got to just go back in, clean it up, touch it up. In fact, I don't want this one. I don't even need that one. So it's a duplicate. Okay, so then here. Good. And so notice how I'm just overlapping all of these. Alright, so there's all of mine. Now, you can do 0.5 seconds, but watch what happens when you do 0.5 seconds. Maybe you like it, maybe not. That's not bad. Actually, that's probably better than what I had, to be honest with you. Alright, so this is the process that we do. And when you're done with that, then we have to go File. We can't do Save As. We're going to do Export and then Save for Web this way. So File, Export, Save for Web, and we want a GIF. And so it takes a couple seconds to open up. And then when it opens up, if I want to see the whole thing, there we go. And so GIF, good. 64 colors, that's good. I always go a little bit smaller with this. So we'll go 900 and then click Save. Alright, and then, yep, JC logo, GIF, desktop, click Save. And then in here, let's see here, we're going to go into here and then GIF. And then let's see here, I'm going to create a new album and we're going to call it GIFs. And then you'll see it attach. And then desktop, JC logo, GIF. There it is. Open it, attach. And there you go. And now we've got our logo done. So that's how this works. If you have any questions on this, let me know. But this is one of the assignments that we're going to be creating with our logos. So good luck with this. Have some fun. And I'm here to answer any questions that you have.